Jane Dayus Hinch is a British wedding planner who's used to organizing weddings for royalty and rock stars.
Everybody loves a wedding.
But can she handle a less than helpful groom and a disorganized bride who calls herself an event planner?
I've read the background on the bride-to-be, and I predict that this is going to be the battle of the cougars.
Will Jane be able to help them get their second wedding under control? Or will she finally lose it?
What's the worst that can happen?
Susan and Sacha have both been married once before.
My first wedding was very traditional, you know, white gown, you know, at the synagogue with the rabbis and the people in the sanctuary, and then the party afterwards at the synagogue. It was just very traditional.
So you'd think planning their second wedding would be a piece of cake.
I was totally stumped. Here I am getting married for the second time, and I really don't know what to do.
To top it all off, Susan's an event planner.
Susan is in charge because she's a planner, and I'm trying to be a wise man and let her breathe and make her decision on her own.
Even though I've done all kinds of things in the world of events, from doing my son and my daughter's bar and bat mitzvah.
So she must have done something.
So far, we did nothing.
We haven't picked a photographer yet.
We have to get Susan's dress. I have to get my suit.
We haven't got our rings yet.
We have to get a catering.
Oh, makeup and hair. Oh, right.
We got invitations in Buffalo. They have already pre-made. So Susan has her friend who type everything up on an invitation, and then we realized that the date and the day were wrong.
This event planner who can't even come up with the right date. It was really crazy. We sort of know who's on the guest list. And that's about it.
And with the wedding just weeks away, Susan's starting to crack under the pressure.
How stressed am I? I'm pretty stressed.
She walks up and down the room and thinking, and, you know, she's a little bit worried.
Have I been sleeping? Some nights I don't.
I see Susan a little bit stressed because, you know, we're close to the date, and then we still have so many things to do. She has a lot on her plate.
Susan may be feeling the heat, but Sacha's as cool as a cucumber.
I don't seem to see too much stress happening with him.
I'm on holidays right now. I don't work for 2 months, so it makes it easier on me to be less stressful about the whole thing.
But even though he's on vacation, Sacha has no intention of helping with this wedding.
Susan is really in charge of the whole wedding.
I would love to have him involved. I'm a giver and he's a taker.
Hang on, Susan. That's not entirely true. Sacha's willing to give his opinion. He's just not willing to help.
Susan comes to me, present me with ideas, and then I say yes or no, or tell her exactly what we should do. I think maybe it would be nicer if we make it more this way.
No.
No?
Sorry.
The budget for the wedding, which we discussed, would be between $6,000 and $8,000.
But we've kind of decided between $3,000 and $5,000.
But wait, they do agree about one thing.
We cannot plan a wedding on our own.
So we have an event planner who can't plan and a groom who refuses to plan. And less than 3 weeks to go. Sounds like a job for Jane Dayus Hinch.
Susan is an event planner, and she's good at what she does. But I'm a wedding planner, and I'm good too.
And Jane's also a fairy godmother who's here to grant Susan and Sacha 3 wishes to keep their second wedding from completely falling apart.
Hi, Jane. Nice to meet you.
I vision Jane is a very patient, very nice person. You know, and I saw the movie Wedding Planner, so I'm expecting that she will be similar.
And I'm really looking forward to speaking to Jane to help me relieve some of that stress, because I know that it can be done. I just need to speak to her.
Come and tell me all about it.
Okay.
But before she can work her magic, Jane needs to see the ceremony site, AKA the back deck.
What we're planning to do is have the ceremony out here. We're going to get a tent, and we'll have chairs facing the rabbi.
And that's all ordered, deposits paid, and done.
And no.
How many guests?
We've got about 30 to 50 guests.
50 people, if everybody turns up. It isn't 50 people outside, it's what happens if it's raining and it's 50 people inside. Have all the guests had their invitation?
Only half the guests have the invitations, the other half don't have it yet.
Why?
Because Sacha would like to hand deliver them and he hasn't done that yet.
We're just touching the surface here. Have you got a particular colour or anything that you want a colour to come through? Are you going to have anything, a cake?
Nothing's been ordered.
Music?
Jazz band.
Jazz band.
Is that booked?
No.
They're thinking that everything else, it's just a party, it's just some friends coming around. No, it's your wedding.
Doesn't sound like Susan's casual approach to wedding planning is sitting well with Jane.
The danger with this wedding is that it could get so diluted down that it becomes just a backyard barbecue party, and I don't want that.
Everybody's kind of expecting for me to do the food for the wedding because I'm known for the cooking, so
The bride's doing the cooking?
So I could easily hire a caterer. That's easy to do. I have tons of caterers that I know that do a fabulous job, but I know what they're going to charge, and I just don't want to pay that kind of money.
She's a great cook, and I like to eat, so here we go.
Have you ever seen a bride in an apron? Hello, excuse me, I've just got to go and cook all your food? No. They've got nothing booked, no deposits paid, invitations haven't even been sent, and I can't understand as an event planner, there's been no thought put into anything.
Well, they have done one thing. This modern-day Sonny and Cher have written a song for their wedding.
You made me love you forever. You made me love you forever. You made me love you forever through.
It's not a lot of words, but they're really nice and they're beautiful words, and they sound beautiful with the music. Actually, the two of us really sound really nice together.
So I think it would be cool.
You made me love you forever through. I love you.
I have got such a headache.
But it's Susan and Sacha who will be hurting when they see what Jane has in store for them.
Stress level will go up when I give them the plan.
Jane's plan outlines what Susan and Sacha will have to do over the next 3 weeks if they have any hopes of hearing wedding bells.
So invitations, we've got to get them out. The ceremony, if you're going to do your own vows, the readings, and you need a meeting with the rabbi.
As Jane runs through the list, Susan and Sacha do their best impressions of deer caught in headlights.
For the first 15 minutes, I thought I was talking to myself.
Then, Sacha decides to change it up, and he does deer shrugging in headlights.
I just kept going down the plan, and there was no reaction, and I was thinking, am I saying something wrong here?
It's easy to plan somebody else's wedding, but it's very difficult to plan your own.
There's not a lot of things that are done yet and organized, so perhaps I'm a little bit nervous from that perspective, but I'm trying to keep it in control.
Susan and Sacha originally thought having a small wedding at home would mean less planning, less prep, and less pressure. Wrong. The more Jane talks, the more Susan and Sacha shut down. To say they're overwhelmed is an understatement.
I don't think they thought of half of the things that were on that plan.
There's just so much to do and so little time. I think panic has set in.
This is what I do, but I'm also fairy godmother, and I'm here to grant 3 wishes.
Well, I do have a wish.
Already?
Yes.
Okay.
My wish is, because I am getting a little bit older and not a 25-year-old bride, to help me get in shape a little bit before the wedding.
Great. So instead of asking Jane to rent a tent, send out invites, or hire a photographer, Susan asked Jane to help her lose weight.
Surprise!
At least she's got her priorities straight.
Hello? I might be a fairy godmother, but I can't wave that magic wand. Make me thin. I want to be fit for my wedding. You want to get in shape? Let's get in shape.
Welcome to boot camp.
This is not going to be easy.
I'm ready.
I'm glad you are.
Let's get started.
Excuse me, there's only one set of little weights.
Keep going. All the way. Awesome. Good stuff. Feet over gonna touch each side 20 times. 1, 2, 3, go. Keep going.
Susan's a maniac, and it shows.
It's totally up to Susan whether she does this. It's a hard thing to do to get into shape and lose weight, I know. But if she puts her mind to it and she does it as a plan and sticks to all the classes, she'll do it.
8, push, 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 push. 9, now pick it up. There you go.
I'm going to try to keep with it. It's not that many weeks, so let's see what happens.
Pick it up, pick it up. Holy smokes.
It doesn't look like Jane's getting off easy either.
Pick it up.
Why did you pick flowers?
So you're gonna do those steps like I showed you before. You're gonna hit the stairs, walk down, walk back up every second step. Give me 10. There we go. Keep going.
One session of bridal boot camp, and Susan's already learned a valuable lesson.
Careful what you wish for. I'm calling off the wedding.
That might be a good idea because Sacha's still doing nothing. If Sacha doesn't start doing something, anything for this wedding, it might not happen.
I'm not stressed at all.
But Susan's stressed because she's gone against Jane's advice and decided to cater the entire wedding herself.
This is going to be the apron that I'm going to be walking down the aisle in.
Susan is still insisting on doing the catering. A bride doing the catering on her wedding day? I'm speechless.
Sacha's also at a loss for words. He's too busy taste testing.
How come Sacha isn't doing any cooking? He's much better at eating than he is at cooking.
As Susan struggles to cook for 50 guests, Sacha goes out in search of desserts.
This is the best task I could get.
Sacha seems to be enjoying this task, even if it does mean helping out with the wedding.
I should get married more often.
But Sacha doesn't place an order. He goes home and tells Susan to do it. None of this is going to impress Jane when she pops in to check on Susan and Sacha's progress.
I've left them with a huge plan of things to do, and I've come back and nothing is done.
Invitation is going to be done today.
Today, though, Sacha, you
Yes.
could have done it all last week. Have we got a florist yet?
No, we don't have a florist yet.
Where are we at with the photographer?
Nowhere.
So, what's the plans for the photographs?
Well, what I was thinking is just to buy a bunch of disposable cameras like I've done for some of the kids' parties.
Would you want your wedding captured by a disposable camera? And when you get them back and you have them developed and there's 2 or 3 photographs that have come out and all you've got is 12 photographs of your wedding, are you going to be disappointed? They're going to need a photographer, but that hasn't even come in the plan. Cake.
We just have to call the store.
So we've still got to order the cake.
Yes.
How's the tidying up the yard going on your holidays, Sacha? You don't like deadlines, do you? Sacha's thinking that everything's moving along nicely and it's fine, and yes, okay, there's a couple of things to do, but he is just giving all that to Susan.
I'm really not too much involved in the organizing the whole wedding. I'm typical man in that respect.
To have a wedding planner that's worried is a bad thing, because this could be a disaster.
I am a little concerned. I have to be honest. I'm a little bit concerned.
You're looking at me to think I'm coming in to save the day. Yes, I can, but with your help. So I need you guys to be out there doing.
With only 6 days left until the wedding, Sacha finally decides to deliver his share of the invites, which is plenty of notice if you're a hermit and have no life. I guess some people have full-time jobs.
I hope she's home.
While Sacha knocks on doors, Susan starts calling in orders.
I have a quick question. How much are chair covers? Yeah, can I speak to someone about some tent rentals? I think a 10 by 15. Do you have a 15-foot carpet? How much would that be? Is there a delivery charge on top of that?
Susan and Sacha may have finally kicked into high gear, but is it too little, too late?
I just need to know what the 2 wishes are that are most important to them. What do they want help with? Because at the moment, it's huge.
There's still 2 wishes left and only 2 days to go.
If they want a disaster on their hands, they're going the right way about it.
Juji, did you find the number, or I should look up by myself?
There's just lots to do and so little time, but I know we'll get it all done.
How does that look? That looks nice.
Inside, Susan's got the catering under control-ish,
More salt.
but outside's a different story.
Okay, the tent should come closer so that at least,
Yeah, that's the problem.
well, we can tape this up.
I hope Jane is going to be here today because I really need her to help me with the decorating of the deck. That's one of my big wishes.
You know, she gave us pointers, which is great. But now let's roll up your sleeves and do something for that sake.
Hello?
Susan and Sacha have done nothing to get the backyard and deck ready for the wedding. Luckily, there's a new sheriff in town.
I like getting dressed up for the occasion. Gardening just isn't an occasion. We're on such a tight deadline to get all this ready. From what I can see, Susan's still running around doing everything, and I still haven't seen Sacha, so I don't know what he's doing. The key to decorating a wedding? Get lots of help. At the minute, there's nothing happening, and there should be lots.
Okay, well, it's only because I'm alone. There's lots happening, it's only me doing it.
As ever. While Susan was telling me all about this decking problem, I asked where Sacha was, and he was upstairs asleep.
But not for long.
No more sleeping. Can't believe that Susan and I had to go and wake Sacha up. There's just so much to do this afternoon. I mean, it's the wedding tomorrow, and he's having a nap. It's not bragging if you've done it. What have you done?
But Sacha's not Jane's only problem.
This rain continues like this, we're all going to get wet. From bridal boot camp, now that was a wish. Decorate my decking, what a great wish. Can't wait for the third one.
While Jane continues in the backyard, Susan and Sacha learn that hiring a photographer the day before the wedding is going to cost them a lot.
For packages, we have a minimum package, which is 4 hours of coverage, and that's $1,600, $1,600, $1,600.
I just don't want to pay that kind of money.
Not wanting to spend another penny, Susan and Sacha try to get by with a little help from their friends.
Hi, Kath. It's Sue. Would you be able to take some pictures, some photographs for us? Oh, so you might not be here on that day.
Who else is a good photographer?
Oh, Eric.
Okay. Hi, Eric. Sue. Oh. Hi. Oh, you might not be here. Would you mind? Oh, I see. Bye.
Looks like it's time to cash in wish number 3.
We want you to take photographs of our wedding.
Right. So guess who's not getting any sleep tonight then?
All of us.
All of us.
Yep.
3 weeks ago, frazzled second-time bride Susan and her groom-to-be Sacha sent out a wedding SOS.
I need your help.
Their call was answered by none other than top British wedding planner Jane Dayus Hinch.
What's making you frazzled?
Jane granted Susan and Sacha 3 wishes to keep their second wedding from becoming second-rate. For their first wish, Jane and Susan went to bridal boot camp.
Why didn't you pick flowers?
And for the second wish, Jane decorated their backyard ceremony site.
I feel as though I'm camping.
And for the last wish, Jane's focus is being the official wedding photographer.
I'm ready.
Now it's the day of the wedding, and Susan and Jane are busy with last-minute details. But Sacha, not so much.
Good. I have plenty of time.
After lunch, Sacha gets right to work. Napping.
I need my beauty sleep.
How can he nap with all this going on? Sacha has got a list of things to do. And it's quite a long list, but he's gone for lunch, and now he's gone for a nap. Again.
At her wit's end, Jane sends Susan upstairs to wake up Sacha.
I can't believe it. Hi, Sacha.
How are you?
Did you have a good nap?
Yes.
Good. Now you're fully rested, we have to make the decision of inside or outside, because looking at this, it's grey.
we made a decision to do it inside.
All inside. And we're not going to change again, even if the sun comes out.
Even if the sun comes out.
Nobody's going to be able to see us. Nobody.
We can easily set up everything here, and people can...
Can I make the decision?
Absolutely.
Can I set up the deck, put the chairs out, put the runner out,
Yes.
put the table out, and that's it? And you can go and get hair and makeup done, please. Well, I've made the decision for them, and we're outside, and that's it.
Jane has decided that the guests will be on the upper deck and the ceremony will take place on the lower deck. Once she gets it all set up, the rabbi arrives and changes everything.
Where are they going to be standing this way? Yeah.
It seems that the rabbi is made of sugar and needs to be covered in case it rains.
When the rabbi showed up, she changed everything. But I don't mess with rabbis. I mess with everybody else, but I don't mess with rabbis.
Now that the guests have arrived and the rabbi is protected from the rain, it's time for Susan and Sacha to say, I do.
Like a circle, without beginning or end. These rings which you are about to exchange symbolize continuity, security, and harmony.
To life l'chaim.
To life l'chaim.
The ceremony was beautiful, but everybody was crammed in like sardines. Who am I? I'm just the wedding planner.
With the ceremony over, Jane gets snap happy and grants the third wish.
Today was absolutely fabulous. Thanks to Jane and her help in so many different ways. It just went so smoothly. I'm just thrilled to pieces.
1, 2, 3. I think they now realise a second wedding is as much work, if not more, and it is much harder to have and entertain in your own home. Susan took care of all the food, which is what she said she was going to do, and it did stress her out, but the food looks amazing.
I heard the food was fabulous, and it's going very quickly.
Apart from a wedding planner, I've been a fitness coach, I've been a gardener, party decorator, photographer. I could go on and on.
At the end of the day, she's such a nice lady, and she really knows what she's doing. And it was easy and pleasure, working with her.
All that's left is the grand finale. Susan and Sacha performing their song for all their guests. Get ready to sing along, folks.
You've changed my life forever. You changed my life forever. You changed my life forever. You changed my life forever.
When I first met Susan and Sacha, they were totally out of tune. Well, they still are out of tune, but they're married, and I can honestly say that I granted their 3 wishes and gave them the wedding of their dreams.
What can I do?